All right, D's POV back on the scene. Cambodia mission from an undisclosed location in Cambodia. Um, First day in Cambodia so far. It's pretty chill, pretty mellow, pretty smooth. I mean, the people are, I would say, very cool, very mellow, very respectful. Um, yeah, things are compared to Vietnam a bit pricier, but the service and everything, people are cool, people are warm, people are mellow. It's a lot slower here. Things close by like 8, 9 o'clock. Things start to close, so it's more of a humdrum, hometown sort of a feel. Um, Not as developed as other places, but I mean Cambodia is like that. But what they make up for in the developmental, I guess, issues, they make up for with hospitality and warmness. So yeah, Cambodian people are cool. Cambodian people are warm. Um, yeah, job prospects are good. You know what I mean. Have something lined up. But yeah, this is the first day though. Also gonna start the new year in Cambodia, so that's cool. Chicks, girl action. I would say, how to describe Cambodian chicks? Cambodia is like, how would I describe it? Cambodia is like a Laotian feel, but with more of a Thai attitude. A Laotian feel with a Thai attitude, but they don't hound you for money though. They don't hound you for money just like in Thailand. Cambodia is like a live and let live sort of place. Um, yeah, cooperative, warm, cool. Um, Even though I'm an obvious outsider, I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? People are respectful. People are cool. People, they wave to you. You wave to them. Like I said, it's much warmer. Even in dark gaming, what's up? What's up? Yeah, even in Phnom Penh, the people compared to Ho Chi Minh City, just a lot more welcome and a lot more warmer. Where are you from? I'm from the United States, from the USA, from the USA. Um, yeah, I would recommend Cambodia. The thing about it is, like, living in the place and visiting the place is a different atmosphere. So I would say, yeah, I would say, yeah, like first day, landed here, got work pretty much immediately, got placed. Like I said, people are cool, people are warm. Haven't experienced, the only thing about this area though is that nightlife isn't such a thing, you know what I mean? Because at least this place I'm at, things close around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I'm from hold on. I'm from Andaman Nicobar Island, mini India. Okay, so you're from an island in India. That's what's up. That's what's up. Where you been at in Asia? Because you're from India, but like, you been to other places in Asia besides India? And how are the Indian chicks? How dark gaming shorts? How are the Indian chicks? How are the Indian chicks? Anywho, yeah, first day touchdown in Cambodia. Yeah, Phnom Penh was cool. Um, the Chinese influence is strong in Phnom Penh. The Chinese influence is strong in Phnom Penh. The city where I'm at, it's very local concentrated. Just yeah, very local centric. Crazy enough, I'm at, I'm where I'm situated at. I'm right near the Thai border, about 2 hours away from all the fighting and all the action. I was told by my boss, my future boss, that they had a bombing and Thailand actually bombed this place where I'm at Christmas Eve, about about 30 minutes from where I'm standing right now. So I'm kind of in the thick of it in a way, although they're doing ceasefire. But yeah, the atmosphere is intense though. The atmosphere is cool. Cambodians are cool. The Khmer people are cool. Like I said, cool, welcoming, warm. Chicks, I would say, well, it depends. On Phnom Penh, more open, more warm, more flirtatious, I would say, in this area where I'm at. And plus, it's more, it's a smaller city. So the chicks are warmer, but more shy, more guarded. But yeah, for now though, you know what I mean. Gotta lay low. Gotta lay cool. The funds are low. The funds are low. I have prospects. You know what I mean. I start work, but the funds are getting low. You know what I mean. Unfortunately, because the trip to Cambodia from Vietnam, the visa was expensive. The visa was up there. The visa was up there. The train ride, not the train ride, but the bus fare was a little pricier than expected. It took altogether about 13 hours to reach this destination. You know what I mean? So put a lot of legwork, put a lot of leg room, and pretty much gave it all I got. Damn near pretty much all I got. You know what I mean? So I gotta make do with the situation. I gotta make do with Cambodia. But to be honest, I regret not coming to Cambodia earlier. You know what I mean? Because Cambodia is one of the few places. I thought Vietnam was going to be a place where I can earn decent money without a degree. Unfortunately, though I had some bumps in the road, unfortunately, with that. But Cambodia, they need the work. You know what I mean? They need the work. And I came in I always come at interesting times, because check this out. With the war, there's two things that's going on. There's, the ongoing war between Cambodia and Thailand. They did a ceasefire. Crazy enough, they did a ceasefire a few days before I came to Cambodia. But like I said, like a week ago, almost to the day, where I'm at right now, was bombed. The city I'm at was bombed in Thailand, and that was like a 30-minute walk from where I'm at, crazy enough. So like I said, I was and it's about the battle where the war and all that stuff is going on. Is literally like an hour and a half from where I'm at. So I'm kind of in the thick of it, where I'm getting at between the ongoing battle that's going on, between Thailand and Cambodia. With that and the Christmas season, a few teachers have dipped, and with that, it gave me enough room to step in. You know what I mean? So I got some work lined up and everything like that. The thing about it is that for now the funds are low. The funds are low. I'm hoping to get something, at least a little bit of help from family, but just something to keep me up geared. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I could earn decent money as a single guy. You know what I mean? The only thing about it is I can earn money here. Earning money in Cambodia is good. You can teach without a degree. Getting a visa is easier. They give you more room. You know what I mean? It's not as tight, not as bureaucratic. Obviously, I think mostly because the communist influence isn't strong in Cambodia. There's no communist influence. It's a monarchy. You know what I mean? It's a monarchy. And they need the work, and Cambodia is, I would say, not as developed as other places in Southeast Asia. I would say like Cambodia, Myanmar, and Laos is when it comes to the roughness and the sketchiness, we get into the thick of it. But Cambodia, I would say Cambodia is probably the safest out of all of them. Laos can get really thick, especially with the Chinese mafia. Parts of Cambodia can get thick with the Chinese mafia as well. Myanmar, that's the place I had the least interest in, just because of the communist military dictatorship that that's a big part of Myanmar. I do want to visit that eventually, but for now, I think from the prospects I've had and the prospects I have and everything going, um, Cambodia is the best bet. Um, Pink Vinny Dog Rockets. I don't know what that means, but yeah, but no, for real, like where I'm at, where I'm standing at, like a 30-minute walk, about a 10-minute or so tuk ride from here. Um, Thailand bombed, you know, this city was bombed. You know what I mean? Less than a week ago, which had a couple teachers packing. Not only that, between that and the new year, a couple teachers went. So that gave me ample enough time, for me to. That gave me an opportunity for me to step in the door. So I have money coming, I have prospects coming, but your boy is, and always your boy is broke. And this is nothing. This is literally like $15. So I have $15 to my name, $15 to my name. You know what I mean? $15 to my name. I have about a week and a half stay. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I always put myself in situations like, it's like, with this opportunity, I don't want to cheat, because I'm teetering between being on the streets and being like having a job, being on the streets, having a job, being on the streets. I'm always teetering. I was teetering this shit since Mexico, but you know what I mean. I'm still, no matter what, I still got to put my best foot forward. You know what I mean? Like it's been a 7-year journey. Going around the world doing this shit. A 7-year journey. Really a 2-month journey, from Las Vegas to Los Angeles to fucking Seoul, Korea, to Guangzhou to Nanning, then from Nanning to fucking Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, all that stuff to here. You know what I mean? So I gave it all I got. I'm damn near giving it all. You know what I mean? To get at this point. I mean, Vietnam. I was hoping better for Vietnam. It chewed me up and spit me out, for lack of a better terms. You know what I mean? I couldn't find a stable job to save my ass, and I was really trying. Like, I was hitting the road looking for work. Vietnam is more on, I guess, the passive aggressive tip. More on, I don't know, at least for me, wasn't really giving me a shot like that. You know what I mean? I just had like cover work here and there, unfortunately. Apparently they're saying that, you need degrees, to work. I don't have a degree. I don't know. Maybe I'm not the fit. And here's the thing. I know, because I'm an Asian, right? I know that they will prefer. No, they'll prefer like a white guy. They'll prefer, really, preferably a white woman, to be frank. Like a white woman with a degree, that's attractive, that can work for pennies on the dollar. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to be able to find that. You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing. I know I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect candidate. But I did make my bones. I did make my efforts to come here. I think that should be worth some respect. You know what I mean? I gave up a lot to be at this point. I gave up 2 phones to be at this point. I pretty much gave them all, financially, mentally, technologically. I gave up a lot of things to come at this point. You know what I mean? So hopefully it's not in vain. Hopefully it is not in vain. Hopefully it's not in vain. But yeah, I mean, Cambodia is cool. I regret not coming to Cambodia earlier. You know what I mean? Because Cambodia, it's that warm Southeast Asia feel. Um, a bit rougher though, a bit rougher, but it's that warm Southeast Asia feel. Um, the chicks are shy but cool. Here a lot more shy, but warm. I would say very much so. I mean, they say like nightlife is closed and all that, but I mean, it's all a money thing more than anything. So, once I get my own place, once I get my money up, I think I can figure out shit from there. Phnom Penh though, the chicks are a lot more open and quite frankly a lot more touchy feely and a lot more flirtatious. A lot more touchy feely and a lot more flirtatious. It's a bigger city too, so they're more used to foreigners than here. Here is like just straight local. But yeah, I'll get through this hump. I'll find a way to get through this hump. But yeah, I guess my main regret is not coming here earlier. You know what I mean? Not coming to. Here's the thing with Vietnam, right? With Vietnam, you can earn ideally, at least you can, because Vietnam is cheaper than Cambodia. Vietnam is cheaper than Cambodia. Cambodia, they would prefer the U.S. dollar, although they obviously have the Cambodia real. They'll prefer the U.S. dollar, and a lot of them spend in U.S. dollars. So what I'm getting at with the U.S. dollar being one of the main currencies that they'll prefer, and since Cambodia has a lot of imports from China and other places, at least food-wise, things are more expensive. You know what I mean? Lodging is fair. You know what I mean? Lodging is fair. But what I'm getting at is Vietnam. I was hoping for Vietnam just because what you can earn potentially as a teacher versus the living expenses, it's a good balance. You know what I mean? But for one reason or another, it wasn't a fit. I was losing a lot of money. I pretty much lost a lot of shit. Wasn't getting enough. Wasn't getting pretty much any hours like that, like here and there. So yeah, Cambodia is definitely the better fit. Yeah, Cambodia is a lot more cool, a lot more relaxed. People are warmer. The chicks are warmer, more touchy feely, more open. The men here are less competitive, less aggressive, less jealous, I would say, overall. Although I spent a day here, it could change, but yeah, that's just my vibe. More warm, more cool, more cool. Yeah, I just need something to kick in, just to hold me up more, Because like I said, for now, here's the thing. Like one of the main reasons why I'm here, is obviously to do live streams, obviously to get live streams popping, not just to show this ugly mug. Not just to show this ugly mug, Little Bill action, right? Ball head action, Little Bill action. So with any like small town, I'm gonna have to warm myself up. You know what I mean? Gain people's trust. You know what I mean? Since I am an outsider, but I think once I gain people's trust, once I start teaching, I think things should smooth out from there pretty much. But yeah, food is pricier. Lodging isn't. Um, like I said, the people are warmer in general, more hospitable. The women here are more warmer, more flirtatious. It's Asia. You know what I mean? Women are women, obviously. So if they find you attractive and if you have that paper, because it's all about that paper, you know what I mean? More so than anything, right? So if you have that paper, you have your own place, and they find you attractive, I'm pretty sure you can you can figure shit out from there. But anywho, yeah, Cambodia first day, more on the slow tip, more on the smooth tip, more on the lax tip. Where I'm at, storefronts close by like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you know what I mean? So it's a slower city. The most of the money moves in Phnom Penh, but this place is lax, it's cool. There are backpackers, but it's mostly basically the backpackers here are like the tourists here. It is few tourists. It's mainly like older. It's like a 40 plus crowd. You know what I mean? Like 40 plus backpacker crowd. 40 plus backpacker crowd. A more mature crowd. A more chilled out crowd. The people here are more chilled. They're more warm, more welcoming. Less cold, less guarded. Because I don't know, Vietnamese chicks, at least with me, very cold, very guarded, very very cold, very guarded, very like, I don't know, cold and guarded. Here, people are warm, welcoming, hospitable. Visa process was easy. A bit pricier, but this is also a good thing. With the ongoing conflict between Thailand and Cambodia, although they did a ceasefire, they did a current ceasefire. Like I said, where I'm standing at, right here, where I'm standing at, I'm about a 30-minute walk from where it was bombed last week. I'm a 30-minute walk from where it was bombed last week. So I'm smack dab in it. I'm in the thick of it, conflict wise. But anywho, I'm getting that current ceasefire, but with the conflict and everything that's going on, I can extend my visa. I can extend my visa like online through like some agency. So basically, I have a longer stay and I can extend my visa currently without border hopping. You know what I mean? So that's good. Getting a work visa, the process is quicker too than in Vietnam. So yeah, I mean, things are looking up. Things are looking up. It's just the dough is tight. And I'm going to need some help with that. Reaching out to family. Going to see about that. But yeah, once I get my feet, once I get settled, once I get afloat, once I get some paper coming in, I'm gonna up my quality. Obviously, up the camera quality. Showcase Cambodia. I want to showcase Vietnam. Maybe I'll go to Vietnam later. I just like the atmosphere of Cambodia more. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty much gonna make my bones here. Crazily enough, from where I'm standing at right now, I'm a 4-hour bus ride from Pattaya. I'm a 4-hour bus ride from Pattaya, but that's totally out of the question. Thailand is totally out of the question for now because of that conflict. I can't even I can't even, you know what I mean? Because the borders are closed, right? So there's no border hopping period. You know what I mean? So that's out of the question. Plus, Thailand is actually tightening up. They're tightening up. They're tightening up visas for tourists, anyways. You know what I mean? So if you're not coming long term, and if you're not papered up, they want you to hell up out of here. I mean, Southeast Asia in general kind of want you to hell up out of here. So what I'm getting at is I'm gonna have to really get my shit together. Like I said, I'm planting my feet. You know what I mean? I want to plant my feet in Vietnam, but Cambodia is good too. You know what I mean? So I got to plant my feet in Southeast Asia, get my shit together, because being a brokey, traveling around in general, especially Southeast Asia, the way they're tightening it up on visas, I think that's coming to a short end. That is coming to an end. But what I'm getting at with Thailand is, yeah, they're definitely tightening up with visas for sure, and they're starting to be like Brazil, where they're asking you, to have like bank statements and like showing how much money you have. Like Thailand isn't playing around like they used to. You know what I mean? So what I'm getting at is Cambodia is the best fit, and quite frankly, yeah, giving me the most opportunities. So yeah, I'm sticking to Cambodia. Cambodia so far, for the first day, has been welcoming, warm, and giving me a lot of opportunity. So I gotta roll with them. Gotta teach the kiddies. Gotta get my money up. You know what I mean? And once I get my money up, once I gain the trust, probably get with like a native chick, native woman, and just go about stuff from there. But that's we gotta put the cart before the horse. We gotta walk. We gotta crawl before we can walk. You know what I mean? And run. So one step at a time. Still have dreams. Still have schemes. Still have goals. Still have things I want to accomplish. Although the dough is low currently, opportunities are there. Chances are there. I just gotta keep a positive mindset. Just keep things rocking, keep things going. But yeah, that's the update in Cambodia. Cambodia. I'm liking Cambodia. Cambodia is cool. Like I said, warmer, more outgoing than Vietnam. Although who knows? Things could change. I mean, it's only been the first day, but the first few days of Cambodia, the first real day in Cambodia, I'm liking it so far. We'll see how it goes, though. But yeah, starting the new year in a new country. Compared to last year, I was damn near down and out last year too. You know what I mean? But I found a way in San Diego to Mexico. I think I can find a way in Cambodia. I just need a little bit more time, need a little bit more help. But once I really get things shaking, you know what I mean, it's only gonna go up from here. But yeah, I'm gonna hightail it for now. Pretty much gonna, for future live streams, it's pretty much gonna have to be like either cafes, 7-Elevens, or quite frankly, these spots like 7-Eleven and stuff like that. So yeah, until I get my money up and up my tech. But you know what I mean? I'm pretty, you can say what you want, but I gave this all. You know what I mean? I gave him all, and Vietnam pretty much got chewed up and spit out, you know what I mean, for lack of a better term. Making my bones in Cambodia. So far, immediately came across better opportunities, so that's good. So yeah, with that, pretty much gotta keep at it, up the quality of my tech, and just go about things from there. The people so far have been warm and welcoming. Um, yeah, so far. But anywho, yeah, Cambodia, smooth, cool, a bit pricier, a bit rougher, but ultimately more warmer, more opportunities. You know what I mean? So far, so knock on wood. You know what I mean? Hopefully, my luck improves. You know what I mean? Within the next couple of days to a week, because I have about a week left. And once things improve, once things smooth out, pretty much coast and get things popping and shaking from there. But yeah, that's D's POV. Out for now, but I'm out for the count. Like, comment, subscribe. For now, I'm just gonna have to do these posted up live streams. But once the tech and everything improves, camera quality is always gonna, camera quality is obviously gonna improve. Gonna do more showcasing of Cambodia. Gonna do more showcasing of the people in Cambodia. Yeah, but for now, just quick updates, quick live streams. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So like, comment, and subscribe to these POV. Out for now, but not out for the count. Peace. Peace.